April 26, 1986. The morning sun rose over Pripyat like any other day, casting long shadows through the apartment blocks where families still slept. Little did they know that in the pre-dawn hours, their world had already changed forever. I was there, just a teenager who loved watching the steam rise from Reactor 4, never imagining it would become the harbinger of humanity's greatest nuclear catastrophe. But this isn't just another Chernobyl story. This is a tale of how tragedy transformed into purpose, and how one voice can rise from the ashes to change the future. Before we delve into this powerful journey of resilience and redemption, make sure you're part of our community of environmental advocates and history enthusiasts. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join us in exploring stories that changed our world, one voice at a time. That morning, I woke to the sound of birds outside my window, their sweet melodies a stark contrast to the sirens that would soon pierce our quiet lives. My mother was making breakfast, the smell of fresh bread filling our small kitchen. Like a scene from a cherished photograph, everything seemed perfectly ordinary. We didn't know about the explosion that had occurred just hours before. We couldn't see the invisible danger floating through the air, settling on our windowsills, our gardens, our skin. The first hint that something was wrong came when my father, a power plant worker on the night shift, didn't return home at his usual time. Hours passed and rumors began spreading through our community like wildfire. Emergency vehicles raced past our windows. Men in strange suits appeared on street corners. Yet life continued. Children played in parks. Elderly neighbors tended their gardens, and shopkeepers opened their doors. The invisible enemy had already begun its silent invasion. 2 days later, the evacuation order came. Take only what you need for 3 days, they told us. You'll be back home soon. Those words would haunt us for decades to come. We left behind our photos, our heirlooms, our pets, pieces of our souls scattered through empty rooms that would never see their owners return. I remember looking back at our apartment building as we boarded the buses. The red geraniums I'd planted with my mother still bloomed on our balcony, oblivious to the invisible death that surrounded them. That image would stay with me forever, beauty persisting in the face of destruction. The following years were a blur of hospital visits, radiation tests, and the crushing weight of uncertainty. My father, like many plant workers, developed severe health issues. We watched him fade away, his strength ebbing like the evening tide. But even in his final days, he spoke of responsibility, not just of those who operated the plant, but of all humanity in our rush toward technological progress. I carried his words with me through university, where I studied nuclear physics not despite Chernobyl, but because of it. Understanding became my weapon against fear, knowledge my shield against ignorance. It wasn't until 20 years after the disaster that I found my true calling. At a conference on nuclear safety, I realized that my story, our story, needed to be more than just a cautionary tale. It needed to be a catalyst for change. I began speaking at universities, environmental summits, and government hearings. My message was clear: nuclear power isn't inherently evil, but it demands our utmost respect and unwavering commitment to safety. The lesson of Chernobyl isn't to abandon nuclear energy, but to approach it with the gravity it deserves. Today, I work with international organizations to promote nuclear safety and environmental preservation. We've helped implement stricter safety protocols in power plants across the globe. We've advocated for transparent communication between nuclear facilities and surrounding communities. Most importantly, we've shown that tragedy can birth transformation. The trees in Pripyat grow taller now, their leaves whispering stories of resilience to anyone who listens. Wildlife roams freely through the exclusion zone, nature reclaiming what man abandoned. It's a powerful reminder that even in our darkest moments, life finds a way to persist and adapt. As our world grapples with climate change and energy needs, the lessons of Chernobyl become more relevant than ever. We stand at a crossroads. One path leads to responsible technological advancement, the other to repeating the mistakes of the past. My journey from survivor to advocate has taught me that our greatest challenges can become our most powerful opportunities for change. Every voice matters in the chorus calling for a safer, cleaner future. The question is, will you add yours to the cause? If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Click the link in the description to learn more about our nuclear safety advocacy work and how you can get involved. Together, we can ensure that the lessons of Chernobyl guide us toward a future where progress and preservation walk hand in hand. For more stories of resilience and environmental advocacy, subscribe to our channel and join our community. Remember, change begins with a single voice, and today, that voice could be yours.